You know that feeling, right? You sit through a class or maybe a work presentation, and just an hour later, you can't remember a single thing that was said. It happens to all of us. The real trick for anyone trying to explain anything is making it actually stick, making it unforgettable. So, what is that secret sauce? Is it the topic itself, fancy technology, the charisma of the person speaking? Well, we think we might have just stumbled onto a really powerful clue, and it came from a place we totally didn't expect. We got our hands on this incredible document, and on the surface, sure, it looks like a simple lesson plan. But when you really start to dig in, you realize no, this is a detailed, strategic blueprint from an expert educator on how to engineer a learning experience that you just can't forget. So let's break this thing down, right? We're going to deconstruct this teacher's secret blueprint piece by piece to see what really makes it tick. And the very first step is understanding the two most important people in the room. Okay, so right off the bat, the blueprint starts by acknowledging this huge gap. On one side, you have the expert, a teacher in Legos with more than 25 years of experience, and on the other side, you have the student, who the document literally calls a dummy or a novice, someone starting with zero knowledge. The entire lesson is built around building a bridge across that massive divide. So, how in the world do you bridge a gap that big? Well, it's not about just dumping a ton of information. The plan suggests it starts with something much more fundamental, the teacher's own mindset and their attitude. And listen to the language here. This is taken directly from the source. It's almost like a command. Teach with absolute clarity, simplicity, and patience. It's not just about what to teach, but about how to be. The whole foundation is built on empathy for the person who's starting from scratch. And this really gets to the heart of the persona the teacher has to adopt. See, it's not enough to just be an expert. You have to be energetic, a master storyteller. You have to break everything down into tiny bite-sized pieces and create this interactive feeling. You're basically playing the role of the ultimate guide. But having empathy and energy is just the starting line. The blueprint then reveals its most creative and I think most powerful technique for making complicated ideas stick. And believe it or not, it involves a yam. The secret ingredient is what we're going to call hyper relatability. And the core idea is simple. You can't teach abstract concepts in a vacuum. You have to anchor them to the student's immediate, tangible, everyday reality. And get this isn't just a friendly suggestion in the blueprint. It's laid out like a strict rule. The examples must be real, they have to be relatable, and very specifically, they have to be Nigerian. Context is absolutely everything. And these are the specific examples the document suggests. We're not talking about abstract scientific models. We're talking about yam plants, goats, mosquitoes, and mushrooms. These are things a student in a Nigerian season interacts with, maybe on their walk to school. That's how you make a lesson unforgettable, by connecting it to the world right outside the classroom window. Okay, so you've got the right persona and you've got your relatable examples, but this blueprint is also incredibly rigorous. It demands a clear, logical structure for building knowledge from the ground up. The structure it lays out is this clear four-step path. You start with step one, definition, the absolute basics. Then, step two, you break it down into its key features. After that, step three, you show it in action with examples. And finally, the crucial last step, step four, application. You connect it all directly back to practical daily life. It's a process that's designed to leave no one behind. So we're looking at this and thinking, wow, this is the perfect framework for teaching, right? An empathetic persona, relatable examples, a rock solid structure. It seems flawless. But as we kept analyzing it, we uncovered a very strange contradiction right at its core. It was one of those moments where you just have to stop and reread everything. The pieces just didn't seem to fit together. And the whole mystery centered around the most basic question of all. What was this masterclass actually about? So here's where things get strange. The officially assigned topic for the masterclass is the historical geography of Nigeria. But the stated objective, the actual learning goal in the blueprint, is to understand nutrition in animals. Geography versus biology, they don't match up at all. And just in case there was any doubt, the document doubles down on the confusion. The recommended textbook isn't for geography, it's a functional biology book. It's clear this masterclass was intended to be about biology, even though it was filed under geography. So what does that mean? At first, this just seemed like a simple mistake, a copy-paste error. But the more we thought about it, the more we realized this mistake actually revealed the most important lesson of all. It made us realize that it doesn't matter if the topic is geography or biology, the subject is interchangeable. The real masterpiece, the timeless and universal part of this document is the method. This blueprint for communication is so strong, it could be applied to anything. So these are the universal takeaways, and this isn't just for teachers. This is for anyone who needs to explain anything. First, know your audience and assume they're starting from zero. Second, adopt the right persona. Be clear, patient, and energetic. Third, make it relatable. Find your version of the yam plant, that perfect analogy. And finally, provide a clear step-by-step structure to guide them. Ultimately, the goal stated right there in the blueprint is incredibly ambitious. It's not just to teach something, but to create an experience, to make the listener or the student feel like this is the best, most engaging explanation they have ever received. And that leaves us with a final thought for you. Think about the most complex thing you're an expert in. It could be your job, your hobby, your passion. How would you use this blueprint to explain it? What's your YAN plan? How would you make it unforgettable?